Video games are getting worse and worse. Video games keep getting more and more boring. Video games aren't fun anymore. This is what I hear constantly being regurgitated all over social media across Twitter, TikTok, IG Reels, YouTube Shorts, Google Giggles, Facebook Funny. People constantly reflecting on the current state of video games and being like, well, back in my day. And regardless of my personal opinion on mainstream gaming, which is just a whole other can of worms that I don't have time to open today, I know everybody is just itching to hear my thoughts on this subject. What are my opinions on this mindset surrounding gaming right now? And personally, I think that everybody that agrees with this statement is infected with a little known disease that I like to call stupid Neanderthal baby brain syndrome. You a little stupid? You a little idiot? You a little Neanderthal? You missed out on a couple stages of evolution, you fucking Cro-Magnon? If you're sitting there playing the same old games from the same old tired franchises year after year, of course you're gonna get bored. And of course, as a result, you're gonna think that gaming has gotten boring as a whole. Because how are you gonna say something like that when games like Baba Is You exist? Baba Is You is epic. It's a puzzle game where you can change the rules on the fly and decide how you want the game to work. The rules you have to follow are present on the screen, but as you switch the blocks around, you can change how interactions work and therefore how the game works. There's an infinite amount of ways you can solve puzzles in this game. And I love this game because of how creative it lets you get. There's really no wrong way to solve a level. You can just do whatever feels comfortable to you. You can become impervious to lava. You can phase through walls. You can push 100-ton boulders. You can become the boulder. Literally anything you can think of is possible with the resources that this game gives you. Oh my God, you killed him. You killed him. You killed him. Look at him. He's dead. He's lifeless. You killed him. You killed him. Okay. Enough with the screaming already. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make. This video is sponsored by me, nigga! I have a question for you. Do you want to watch a bunch of man-children make fools of themselves and scream at computer games for no discernible reason? No? What? Well, do I have the channel for you? rednaz HD. We scream at Discord. We scream at video games. We scream at everything on my brand new channel, rednaz HD. You'll find hilarious funny moments, epic gaming content, and other lazy videos that I didn't feel like uploading on this channel. All for the low price of a YouTube subscription. You cannot watch the videos without subscribing to the channel. Go subscribe! Did I mention that everything is uncensored? I don't care how many age restrictions I get on this channel. This is not made for children. This means you'll get to hear us blurt out such obscenities as hat and crud and fuck. New video up today. Go watch it. Don't forget to subscribe first. Back to you, rednaz. Go do it. Go sub right now. I want to see you do it. You think I'm playing with you? Go do it. I want to see you click that button. I want to see you hit that bell. You did it? You did it? Okay, I'm proud of you. Oh my God. And okay, I've only played it a couple of times, right? But from what I've seen, Guilty Gear Strive is something special, bro. This is one of the most beautiful, stylized games I've ever seen in my life. I'm just imagining the gameplay behind me. Oh my God. I don't know the first thing about the lore. I don't even really know how to play. I just press buttons really fast and hope that things work out. But this game, to me, just looks and feels so freaking good. And on the topic of 2D side-scrolling brawler games, stick it to the stick man!
Submit your application resume referencing
epic. It's this roguelike fighting game platformer where you fight your coworkers to get from floor to floor until you get to the roof of your office building and face off with your big fat boss. And as you progress through the floors, you're rewarded with more power-ups, more moves, more skills, so you can epically beat up your coworkers even more badassily. Badass, is that a word? I don't give a fuck. This game is amazing. It got picked up by Devolver Digital recently. Thank fucking God. And I think it's gonna release sometime this year. I don't know. Hey, Devolver, Yeah, pick up the fucking pace, guys. But if you're like me and you're too lazy to wait for the Steam release of this game, you can get the original version off of itch.io, and oh my god, is it worth it. Most of the replay value comes from choosing different classes and finding out which loadout combos suit you best and are the most fun to play with. And it is one of the most addicting games.com things I've ever played in my life. And a lot of y'all niggas don't want to admit it, but Roblox is an amazing platform filled with endless possibilities for amazing games. And a lot of people like to write Roblox off because, oh, it's a kid's game, or other completely valid reasons. Ronald, sit on me, bro. But there are so many amazing experiences on Roblox and great ideas that are just sitting there pleading, begging, and praying to be picked up by some random indie developer and brought to that next level by being made into its own standalone game. In fact, there's so many of them that I'd have to make a completely separate video just to talk about all the ones that I like the best. Wink, wink. Foreshadow. Another developer slash publisher that I've kind of sort of fallen in love with recently is none other than Landfall Games. Oh my god, Landfall Games. I love you, Landfall Games. Like, not only have they proved their competence by making amazing arcade-style games like Cluster Truck, these guys also know how to make a banging ass multiplayer game, baby. Every single April Fool's, they have this cute, hilarious, amazing little joke where they drop a genuine Game of the Year contender just out of nowhere for no reason, for fun, you know, just for fun. Like Rounds, which is like, it's like a 1v1 roguelike shooter where you're these little balls and you have these guns, which like are pretty dog shit to begin with, but then as you die, you get to pick new cards and new abilities to add to your weapon until you get to the end of the game and you have this big ass fucking poison bullet where you can shoot and the game goes boom, boom, boom. It's freaking crazy, bro. This game goes even crazier with mods too. You can have literally as many people as you want in your game, and there's these crazy cards. You can have like the Infinity Gauntlet or whatever, and you can have like a gun that shoots snakes and something. It's like, oh my god, bro. And then there's Nightfall, which is a game where you can drift horses, and I shouldn't have to say anything else to hook you into playing that game, but I'm gonna keep talking because this is a really fun fucking game. So you're drifting your horse, right? Nay! And then you go into the big town, and then you can pick up guns, and then you can fight all the people that come into the town, and there's like 30 other teams, and you can shoot boom, 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 boom. There's AKs and stuff with like poison bullets, and you can bleed people to death, and you can like, oh my god, bro. And just a couple weeks ago, they released the Landfall Archives, which is like a million other unreleased games that for some reason they thought weren't fun enough to release on their own. Are you insane? There's Robots Forever. There's Physics Fighter. There's Robots Forever 2. Medieval America is one of my favorites, which is just...
Bro, why didn't they make this an actual game?
Because they're Landfall and they suck butt. Stick Fight, Rounds, Tab G, Nightfall. These guys know how to make an amazing multiplayer experience that can last for hours on end without ever getting old. And then they stop updating it after like 3 months so they can continue working on tabs or whatever the fuck. Oh my god, you know what? Fuck you, Landfall. Fuck you. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about tabs anymore. Move on, okay? You know what you need to do? Update Rounds, update Tab G, release Medieval America as a standalone game, and then delete all development files of tabs from your computer hard drives and the cloud. Cause nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares. We're over it. We need new games. We need new games right now. Top 20th highest rated game on Steam. But does it have homing bullets? Oh! I hit myself. I didn't think so. And another little thing y'all really don't want to admit. Y'all be on this platform juicing the fuck out this game. Oh my god, it's such a good game. It's the best game of all time. I played it, oh my gosh, so much when I was a kid. But it's okay. I'll be the first to say it. I'll be the first to spit some unfiltered truth on this site. But, vanilla Minecraft fucking sucks. These idiots up here at Mojang would rather add a glow squid that doesn't even glow in the dark. Yes, I'm still on that. Then something that actually alters the gameplay in some new, unique, and fun way. In fact, I know a lot of people blame Mojang for the dog shit updates, but it's probably not even their fault. They gotta answer to their goddamn Microsoft overlords. Fucking Bill Gates sitting there on a throne made of toenails with his fucking whip in his hand. A Mojang employee's like, Mr. Gates, I have an idea. Can we please add a boss to the game that's fun to fight and also drop something useful when you kill it? Bill Gates, whoosh, get back in line, nigga! He probably doesn't say that. But that's okay, because where the Mojang developers trip and stumble and flop and fall is where the mod developers get up and just run circles around them. There are so many amazing Minecraft mod packs that I'm probably gonna have to make a video about. I don't know. I don't know. There's too many videos. No! Too many videos. But if you want to talk about underrated shooters that nobody really talks about anymore, but a lot more people should play, no game makes me more sad than Titanfall 2. This game is so fun, fresh, and innovative. It basically birthed the movement system for any modern FPS game. The single player is amazing and is easily one of the best in the genre, but it makes me so upset how little Respawn gives a fuck about their game and how little they've done to push back against the DDoSers that have been destroying their multiplayer servers for years now. Thanks to the fans though, who seem to care more about the game than their actual developers, there's still a way to play multiplayer through the North Star launcher. If you haven't tried it yet, I highly recommend it. Titanfall 2 is one of the best games of all time, baby. But while we're on the topic of underrated shooters that nobody really seems to care about anymore, we need to talk about Max Payne 3. Now, before I go on, I am aware that for some reason, there seems to be a group of people on the internet who believe that Max Payne 3 is a travesty among the franchise and should be eradicated from human history. Now, lower your pitchforks. I'm sure Max Payne 1 and 2 are amazing games, and I would love to play them if the PC ports weren't so ancient and busted that they crash immediately upon launch. Now, I'm not saying that's a fault of the games themselves. What I'm saying is, Remedy, fix your shit. But Max Payne 3 is one of the most fun times I've ever had playing a video game. Point blank, period. The gunplay is just, oh my god. Whoever invented bullet time needs their fucking foreskin pulled back and their dick licked around the tip like, I could do it. I could do it! The story is great, the music is sublime, and it has this intense, gritty, glitchy visual style that I think meshes perfectly with the themes of the story and the vibe of the game. And it's a visual style that hasn't really been used since those types of games were still coming out back in the late 2000s and the early 2010s, and honestly, I miss it. I missed it when my video games went because they looked all pretty when they did it. Anyways, final verdict, 3 out of 10. Kane and Lynch Dog Days is better. Max Payne, more like Max Faker. Max Faker. Get pwned, Max Payne stand. And on that note, Double Action Boogaloo is basically Max Payne multiplayer, even though there is Max Payne 3 multiplayer, but I've never played it because it's fucking dead. So we're gonna talk about this instead. It's a multiplayer shooter that somehow makes bullet time work in multiplayer and makes it really fucking fun too. You can slide, you can jump, you can wall run, you can wall jump, you can be a fucking monkey swinging from the vines on the ceiling. There's no actual vines on the ceiling, I'm sorry. I mean, it's as simple as that. There's really nothing else I can even say about it except to just show you the gameplay. I mean, look at this. Doesn't it look fun? Doesn't it look fun? It's real fun. You're goddamn right. It's the most
fun fucking game you'll ever play in your goddamn
fucking life. You know what's on Steam?
It's on Steam and it's free. It's on Steam and it's free, so why don't you
boot up the old PC, the gaming laptop, the iMac,
whatever you got. Why don't you boot up Steam and download Double Action Boogaloo? Try to find me in a lobby.
I fucking dare you. Try to find me in a lobby and maybe I'll give you a little prize for your efforts, huh?
Maybe I'll give you a prize. Maybe you won't get a prize. Maybe your prize
will be to sit in a lobby with rednaz.mp4 himself and be
Graced by his presence. Maybe that's your prize. Maybe that's the biggest prize you'll ever receive in your
goddamn stupid fucking miserable life, you dumb piece of shit.
fatty McFatter face.
Look, my point is you can't catch lightning in a bottle twice. And maybe the reason you think gaming is getting so boring is because you keep playing the same games over and over, trying to recreate and relive those same memories that you made 10 years ago, back when you were a little tiny toddler. Even game developers have fallen into this trap too, with the constant sequel after sequel and remake and reboot and remake and rehash and retweet. Maybe the reason you think gaming is getting boring is because you're constantly trying to relive those memories that you made as a kid, back when you didn't have any responsibilities, and the biggest decision you had to make was getting home and choosing what bowl of chips to pour as you sat in front of the TV for double XP weekend on Black Ops 2. And then you finish school, and then you turn 18, and all of a sudden you're thrown headfirst into life, whether you know what to do or not, you know? And maybe you get a job afterwards, maybe you go to college afterwards, but either way, you're introduced to all these new experiences and feelings that you didn't even know existed before. And maybe it's a little too stressful for you, maybe it's a little too overwhelming. You start to develop depression and anxiety from it, and you just start to become more and more jaded with life. And the more jaded you become with life, the more jaded you become towards the things that you used to enjoy as a kid, such as video games. And then now you're sat looking at the current state of gaming, looking like some 75-year-old boomer talking about back in my day, regurgitating the same old tired discourse over and over until you just wither away and fucking die. But you know, if you're thinking like that, you should really talk to a therapist. I don't think playing different games is really gonna help you with that. But please, for the love of God, try something different. Branch out, expand your taste. You can't try to recapture the same magic you experienced as a kid, so why don't you try making new memories and new experiences that you can look back on 10 or 20 years from now and think, man, those were the good old days. Back in my day! But most importantly, do it for me, because quite frankly, I am sick and fucking tired of hearing the same old shit over and over again. Thank you. Bye. Thank you all a ton for watching this video. I am having so much fun just creating what I want, uploading what I want on this channel, and making videos on topics that nobody really gives a fuck about, but for some reason is still entertaining as fuck to watch. So thank you so much for the support on the last two videos. They've been insane for some reason. This channel's been growing a lot faster than I thought it would. So thank you so much. I have so many ideas. I have so many things that I want to do on this channel. I have so much I want to accomplish. I want to turn this into a career, and I want to do something that I love as my job. So thank you guys. You're slowly helping me reach that goal, and I can't thank you enough. So stay tuned. I got some crazy ass shit planned for the next couple months. So keep your eyes peeled. Like, subscribe if you made it this far, because you know you're already a fan of my content. Check out the second channel, because it's funny as fuck over there. A lot funnier than whatever the fuck is going on right here. So thank you all so much. See you soon. Thinking of things to say. Thinking of things to say. Because I was too lazy to script this video, so now I'm improvising at 12 in the morning.